And then, yeah, it's recording now, so. Every time I do this, I have the overwhelming urge to just pretend to be like Jacksepticeye because he has possibly the most obnoxious opener where he just like screeches in an Irish accent. And like every time I hit that button, it's just like, don't fucking do it.
You can go the saffron olive route. Hey guys, it's Sav, better known as Saffron Olive.
But then that also becomes really sad if I lean into that too much, because the truth of the matter is that two of the people who will be looking at this video more than 0 times are currently in this room, and the other person is Kelly. And then the 3 other people, apparently I have 6 unique viewers to my channel since putting it public, so I don't know who those 3 people are. Well, now you've just gone and hurt my feelings. I thought that I was establishing a fan base with my shit quality ranked draft videos. Okay, let's also, I don't know how much actually you'll get picked up, because I don't know how sensitive this mic actually is, but...
So, I'll be your imaginary friend that you just talked to.
It's either you will be like an active participant in this conversation, or it'll be really good audio of me having like half a phone conversation. So, yeah, okay, so, rejoin the draft. I couldn't resist checking out my Pack 1 Pick 1, and it's one of my faves. Midnight Clock is a great rare. It's, I mean, in the format, it's really grindy. It's basically an auto win against a mill deck. If you can slap this down, like a mill deck just will not be able to compete with you shuffling your entire deck back into your library. Just such an excellent card. The fact that it's a mana rock as well is just kind of like gravy. I know, like it does come up, honestly. Like I've had it really, I've tapped it for mana so many times, it just feels really nice. Turn into a pumpkin, it's just good bounce. Definitely not taking it over the Midnight Clock. Savvy Hunter and Inspiring Veteran are both really good cards, but I'm not interested in picking gold cards first. But this is a lot of strong cards here. Youthful Knight, it's good common. Queen of Ice is a good common, but literally nothing in this pack is going to make me not try and play blue. You know, Kelly pointed out that in like every single video, I've lamented the fact that I don't get to play like the Golgari food deck, and all I play is blue, and it looks like that's exactly what we're going to do again.
Alright.
But maybe there's hope, because here we have Beanstalk Giant, and that's a very, yeah, it's an excellent uncommon to open up. If we're in like a green-blue ramp deck, the Midnight Clock being a rock is also ramp, so that's massive brain gaming. Ember Shieldbreaker is really good too. I don't like it over the Beanstalk Giant. Charm Sleep is good as well. If the Beanstalk Giant wasn't here, it would be the clear second pick. Then we have a few, Merfolk Secret Keeper and So Tinies are fine. I like the So Tiny a lot, but I don't think anything is as good as the Beanstalk Giant here. Okay. So now we have a couple interesting picks. So there's 2 good white cards. Venerable Knight is fine. It's more of a knight card. The trick about reading signal sometimes is that, like, it isn't just a white signal. Like, this could be... I don't think this is necessarily a signal yet, granted. But, like, I don't know if this is a white signal or a white knight signal. Whereas Trapped in the Tower is generically good for white. Probably going to take Scorching Dragonfire here. It's a really strong card. I'm considering Rosethorn Acolyte, but we have 2 cards, so it's not like I'm already locked into green. And the Scorching Dragonfire is just so good that if we ended up in red, we'll be really happy that we took this here. Whereas I see Rosethorn Acolytes go a fair bit later because it's not quite as good of a card.
I'm thinking the Scorching.
I think the Scorching Dragonfire is the correct, and probably Trapped in the Tower would actually be a second after that. So I'll pick that up here and we'll see what we get. Okay. Yeah, it's true. So Edgewall Innkeeper is good. Most green decks have a lot of adventures. I mean, already we have one. This going 4th pick, it's hard to tell at pick 4 whether these are like notable, but I think the Edgewall Innkeeper is quite good. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Trebuchet. Is again the similar situation like the Venerable Knight, where it's not just a red card, but it's like a red knight card. And most of those decks are like knights, but it means that, you know, it's. I think that the payoff for Innkeeper is better, and there's nothing else in the deck that, or in the pack, other than maybe the Forever Young that I'm interested in. But going into a 4th color, the 4th pick, I don't want to at this point, and the Edgewall Innkeeper is excellent. I mean, you get a few adventures cards in your deck coming down after this, and you're just like, your hand is great. Wow. Okay, that Glass Casket is pretty late because this is pick 5, and this is just good, strong removal. That would move us into our 3rd color. But I think I'm going to do so. I don't think anything. Again, this next best card is Forever Young, but Glass Casket is better than that.
And it seems like what is a little bit more open.
Yeah. So we'll take that there, and then kind of see. At this point, we'll start noting like cards that are okay. Flutterfox. Gosh, I can't tell if Flutterfox is a signal from the bots necessarily, because it's either that like I see it all the time, which means maybe the bots are never playing white, or the bots don't rate it that good. It's a fine card. I think I'll probably actually take Scalding Cauldron here, just because if we're, for example, if we end up in like green-blue, don't have a lot of removal. If we end up in like, you know, a blue anything, blue generally has some artifact payoffs. Blue-red would be the one of our combinations that doesn't have any payoff for it, but
I will say that turn 1 Scalding Cauldron into turn 2 Flutterfox is backbreaking.
That is pretty good. But since we're not super sure, I'm not sure if I can count that as a signal yet. I guess this will be a good time to find out. This draft will be a good draft to find out if this is actually a signal. But I think Scalding Cauldron is better, honestly. Merchant of the Veil. That's actually notable. Kind of interesting. It's probably the best card in the pack. So, I guess that means I'll...
Monitor also.
Yeah, Corridor Monitor isn't very good, in my opinion. I'd take it maybe in packs, like in pick 10 or something. But I think here, the Merchant is just quite good. I mean, it has synergy with like a couple of the things we could be doing. You know, it has synergy with the Adventures. It has synergy with like a blue-white deck, or a blue-red deck. It's just kind of fine in most red decks, honestly. We'll take that here. Okay, Run Away Together seems to be the best card in this pack, so we'll pick that here. It's kind of interesting, kind of a not a very clear draft so far. The thrill I have realized is a signal in the past, so I guess I will take that here. Hopefully.
We're in red and green, or red and blue.
Yeah, so the hope is, the thing about the Izzet deck is that if you don't get the payoffs we're drawing to, the deck sucks.
True.
So we're hopefully going to either see some payoffs or we'll be trying something else. Mantle of Tides is not the payoff I want. Merfolk Secret Keeper is fine. It works well with Run Away Together, which we have. If you are playing an Izzet deck that is light on like draw 2 synergy, it can be your win con. So I think we take it here. Obviously, Mantle of Tides isn't that good, and I'm not that interested in anything else in the pack.
Or Insatiable Appetite.
I mean, I don't think any of these cards get paid. I don't want her played.
Choose your group for light artifacts and
Maybe, yeah. We'll get Emery.
No.
We'll open it. We'll open Emery, and then we'll just win. So far, I think if we were going to play one of these cards with what we have right now, it's going to be the defensive option. Roving Keep. I really do like that card, but we'll see if it gets into this deck. Alright, give me something good.
Giant Killer.
Giant Killer.
That's alright.
Giant Killer's alright, but we're not really in white. Do I just rare draft, though? My other options are... Heraldic Banner is...
Bloodhaze Wolverine.
Bloodhaze Wolverine is, again, not the sort of payoff that an Izzet deck really cares about.
in the tower.
Charge in the tower.
That'd be a second Scalding Cauldron or doing Ram. Or Reef
Scalding Cauldron is... I don't think it's Reef Soul, because I don't think we're just not in black.
Queen of Ice for Team or Adventures?
I don't think we're playing green, honestly. We would have to, like, see, like, so much green in this pack to go down that route, but we really didn't see a ton of it. Yeah, I'm just going to rare draft because every other card is not that good, and I am a rare drafting Scumlord. I might take Frogify here. A Golden Egg again, I mean, it's pretty good in the draw 2 deck, but we don't have payoffs, which is really unfortunate. Frogify is removal, and it's not terrible. I mean, there are a lot of cards where you want to just get rid of all the text on them, so I think that having 2 mana do that is pretty good. Unexplained Visions is okay, but replaceable. I think removal here is a better pick. Another Edgewall Keeper taunting me. I guess I'll never play green in this format, and I am only a little bit salty about it. Yeah, Searing Barrage, good removal. It almost always gets that adamant cost. It's pretty easy to make sure that 3 of the mana is red, so. Oh, cool. Maybe green is open. That's a really late Fierce Witchstalker.
Actually, though.
But our deck is already kind of like pretty solidified in. How do I feel about? How do I feel about this? And then taking a Fierce Witchstalker. 8 cards currently. In the middle of pack 2. Or in the start of pack 2. It's Fierce Witch. Here's the thing. I'm reading that as a signal, because it's such a good card.
We're gonna go chip in the notches.
Sounds good. My thought process is that I'm happier to get rid of these 2 draw 2 enablers because we don't have any payoffs for doing so yet, and our 2 green cards are way better than the red that we currently have. So I think that I'm gonna take this Fierce Witchstalker and hope that I can get something that this is a well-read signal and I can maybe get something else coming my way. Probably take another Scalding Cauldron here. Fine card. Curious Pair. I don't have like food synergies if I'm in blue, green, so I'll take the Cauldron again. Heraldic Banner it's fine, but we don't really have like a bunch of really expensive cards yet, so I'm not like insanely aggressively wanting to take a Mana Rock that doesn't splash nice. So I think Scalding Cauldron is it. This 3 damage kills a lot of important creatures in this format, I've found. Probably going to take Runaway together. It works great with adventures, you know, it's really good for rebuying these adventure cards. And we have a couple really impactful ones. Our Wincon very well could be one of the Merfolk Keepers, so. Okay. Well, we have a few artifacts and 1 enchantment. I think that the Moonlit Scavenger is actually a very good pick here. Shepherd of the Flock might be something the bots underrate because I see it going very late a lot of the time. But yeah, so I'm going to take the Moonlit Scavengers here. Not a ton for us. Might take the Marrowleaf Rider just because it's a 2-drop. And I think it's probably better for us than the Rosethorn Halberd. We don't have like a ton, like this guy's a human. That's not a human. We don't have a ton of early creatures yet, so we don't want to just get completely run over. So I think we'll take the 2-drop. Take a Turinvale Treefolk. I think this card is fine, especially since we kind of like adventures in our deck. Yeah, it's a big threat later. Mistford River Turtle. I think I'm gonna take the Sporecap Spider over the Mistford River Turtle. As I don't have a lot of ways to combat like a flying deck in best of one, and that'd be a really sad way to go, is to get killed over 20 turns if things go poorly against like a controlling deck. Mistford River Turtle is fine. I don't think we'll need help. Like, if we play some of our really big threats, like, sure, it'd be nice to cheese damage through, but also we could just slam into them and, you know, make them chump, which is kind of fine too. So, I think I'll take the Sporecap Spider here pretty happily. I don't think we'll play Insatiable Appetite. We're not really that sort of deck. Ooh, Rosethorn Acolyte. Nice. Very, very cool. Glad to get that. Okay, sure. And an Edgewell, you know, Curious Bear is fine in the deck if we have nothing better to pick. So, let's see what we get here. Oh, well. Do I rare draft or do I take the out muscle? I think I'm probably going to take the out muscle here. So I'm in pack 3. Pick one. I got a Piper of the Swarm. We're not in black.
No,
I don't think I'm in a rare draft. I have 3 of the 4 that I for a full playset, and we have out muscle in the pack, so I don't think I can really pass up on that. We're playing kind of like a Simic ramp style deck. We did pretty good. Switching to green was the correct choice. Castle Garenbrig, I think, is actually fine in our deck.
It's the best pack other than the Tree Folk.
Yeah, we have one Tree Folk. I'd rather have a Garenbrig over the second Tree Folk at this point. It's very possible that wheels too. And I mean, another positive is I have 4 of these, so I'll get a 20 for taking this here. So that feels kind of nice. But yeah, I'm happy with that card here. Huh. Sire Farron the Hedgehammer, sorry. I mean, we're in green and blue, and yet I'm almost wanting to take even Witching Well above Sire Farron. We don't have a deck that lends itself to, like, him coming down. Like, if we were playing, like, maybe a red-green deck where we want to be more stompy, you know, that's kind of cool, but this card coming down on turn 2 doesn't really do that much for us. I'm even willing to consider the Archon of Absolution. I'm considering splashing. That card's really good, and I think Sire Hedgehammer sucks in our deck. Nacho! I'm gonna wait till I'm done this.
Okay.
Man, this is gonna be the worst fucking one for any Kellys listening as I just randomly start screaming nachos. This is tricky. This is really tricky. I don't have... How many ways do I have to splash? I have Rosethorn Acolyte and Beanstalk Giant, but I also... Yes, because that was before we got the Fierce Witchstalker, which kind of made me go, okay, I think we're playing Simic. So, I don't really like Sire Farron. I don't think Sire Farron's that good in our deck, because this card is good in like a stompy green deck, and like this comes down on turn 2, and then it's like...
Oh, yeah.
I guess we'll play... This is like the closest synergy with that effect, and it's just like, fine, you know? Like, I think our deck would almost rather have, like, Witching Well. Like, scrying 2 and then drawing 2 later is kind of more what our deck is interested in doing over, like, playing Sire Farron, you know?
Oh,
Plus, we're 2 colors, so it's, you know, while pretty likely that we could have 2 green on turn 2, it's not guaranteed.
Alright.
I think the Witching Well is better. I'm against splashing for Archon, because I want to splash for Searing Barrage, if anything, and, I don't want to, you know, get 4 colors in here. Slaying Fire. I mean, Slaying Fire is fine even if I don't get Adamant. Like, 3 damage for 3 is acceptable.
And extremely slashable.
Yeah. Yeah, even if we can't get Adamant off this, I'm not too upset. I mean, it's basically... It makes it a one cheaper than Scalding Cauldron with a little more flexibility, I guess. Yeah, I think this is better than Garenbrig Carver. Garenbrig is a little better if you have early creature drops. It's fine, but
Yeah, it's definitely that. I would say so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Plus we have the fixing.
Yeah. Well. Wow, another out muscle. That's great. Man, I'm really glad that we switched to green, because getting an out muscle this late feels awesome. No other choice. So Tiny's fine. I mean, we only have like one way to mill, but I mean...
Return to Nature might also be good.
I think I like So Tiny better than Return to Nature. I mean, Return to Nature I will mainboard in this format, but I think So Tiny is better in our deck, so I'm wanting to take it here.
Yeah.
Like, So Tiny doesn't, like, go to -6 very often against us, or with our deck, granted, but, like, in a deck that has creatures, -2, -0 can be, like, a combat trick. And it's a combat trick that sticks around, which just makes it, I think, good enough. I guess Queen of Ice.
Sporecast Spider?
I have one Sporecast Spider already.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if I want to
Yeah,
that badly. Queen of Ice is fine. Again, we don't have like adventure synergies like crazy, but I am also cognizant of the Edgewalling Keeper having more value. Garenbray Carver here.
Yep.
I mean, it is good. I like it. I didn't like it over whatever the hell I picked, but alright, taking over on the Apprentice. I'm, not a dedicated mill deck, but I'm happy to have a 1-drop that scries me too. I think that's pretty good.
Gives them like 2 less turns to be weak.
Yeah, I mean, it is like possible a way that we.
Please, I think would have been better.
I don't know. I'm.
That's my feeling.
I don't know. Maybe. I think that maybe I overvalue Scry, but I also think that in our deck we'll be playing a lot. We won't be doing a lot of instant speed stuff, so I think like holding up counter magic will be a little clunky. So I think I think I actually would underrate, or I would reduce my ratings of counter spells in this stuff. I might take another Tuinville Tree Folk here, just because our deck is kind of looking to just kind of ramp and then play big stuff. Garenbrig Squire is better in like an aggressive deck with adventures, but even though this might be kind of a slow card, we want our decks. Yeah, we want to get there.
Really
yeah, so I think we'll take that here. It might not make the cut. We might take it out of the deck. Okay. Oh, none of these are uncommons. Okay, then we'll just take the land. I don't think Signpost Scarecrow gets played. I guess it could get played. I mean, we are splashing for like a red card, but we have 27 cards in the deck right now. 26 non-lands.
Oh, Tournament Grounds.
I might take Tournament Grounds just for the vault progress, because I don't think Signpost Scarecrow gets played. Like, yeah, I don't think so. So, with that in mind, I'll just take this. Not that this choice was particularly important, but meh. Meh. And meh. Ooh, love to see that.
Wow.
That's where I'm trying to be all the time. Okay. That went pretty decent. Glad that we made that pivot off of just red to green, because I got a few great cards for it. 2 out muscles, a Fierce Witchstalker. Just really good cards that we probably wouldn't have gotten if we would have stuck. So we need like 3 cuts.
So one of the Tree Folk.
Probably, yep. I don't think the second Tree Folk is that good. Do I care about the Marrowleaf Rider?
So. We don't have enough synergy.
Probably not. I don't care much about the fact I was more concerned about like a 2-drop, but we have 1-drops. Not super worried about getting run over a lot of the time. We have like this as a 2-drop that does technically curb aggression. That's not too bad. I might get rid of the Garenbrig Carver. It's fine. I don't think it's as good as anything else in our deck. I want that.
How much does the adventure cost?
2 mana. But we might not have creatures on turn 2.
Yeah.
Like
turn 3.
Turn 2 or turn 3. Yeah, like we.
Alright, yeah.
I don't think it's that good. Let me just look though. Normal run is fine. Frozen Guru, fine. So tiny, yes. Wishing Well, yeah. 2 Scalding Cauldrons is cool. Curious Bear, yeah, I'm happy for that. Frogify, Run Away Together. Queen of Ice, Acolyte, Spore Cap, Midnight Clock, Slaying Fire. Yeah, Fierce Witchstalker.
Beanstalk Giant is a 3-drop?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, it wasn't getting cut either way. Hell Muscle. God. Just suplexing that bear so nasty. So powerful is this knight. Searing Barrage. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Like, I don't want to make any more cuts, and if I'm looking at the cards in my library, or in my sideboard, rather. Obviously, Scorching Dragonfire is too low cost to play off the splash.
But is it strictly better than Slaying Fire?
No, I don't think so, because having the 1 extra turn to get the mana means that the difference in cost is not something I'm considering as much right now. And this can't hit any target.
Oh, true, you can hit face.
Yeah, not that that'll probably come up that often, but, you know, it is technically an advantage. I don't think we'll be playing. Okay, we have 1, 2. That's it. 2 in-deck ways to play, or to tap for red mana, and then, yeah, the Slat seeks out a mountain. So we have 1, 2. Maybe I will run 2 mountains.
Then I'll say an extra forest.
Probably an extra forest. Yeah. So this was 14, 17, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. I can't think of anything else. I'm not. If I had to cut one more card, it probably would be Slaying Fire, but I don't think I want to cut something and then put something else back in. So I'm pretty happy with this. Sorry, we have to play Roving Keep. It's my good Castle boy. It's like the only deck that I've played where Roving Keep would be even somewhat appropriate, considering like there's a bit of ramp in it.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna not put it in this deck and then jam it in other decks that it shouldn't go in.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that was pretty good. Hopefully it performs well. All right.